Well, all right. All right, all right. How's everybody doing? What's going on? What's happening? And nothing like sliding in sideways saying, man, what a ride. Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Let me see what I got going on here. I got, what the hell? No likes, something. What? Jody. Jody, if you're in the chat, what the hell are you talking about? Hang on here a minute, y'all. Hang on. Let's see what this is about. Well, then he hung up. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Kind of crazy. Looks like maybe we're getting off to a crazy start. I have no idea. Hopefully everything's going all right. Well, now he's calling back. Let's try this again real quick. Jody, what are you doing?
There's no chat. There's no likes or anything.
Well, you need to go somewhere else because we're live on YouTube. There's chat and people are chatting, and so whatever you're doing, man, it's on your end.
That's fucking weird because all I got.
You're live, dude. You're live.
Let me refresh it. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Bye. No chat, no likes, just an ad, everybody. That's what Jody says. Man, everything looking good to me. Speaking of looking good to me, the guy that's trying to catch up with the fuzzy face, the one and only grumpy blogger, Lloyd Mendenhall, everybody.
Hey.
How you doing, Lloyd? Look like you're running behind like
good.
I was.
Well, no, actually, I've been sitting in here for a little bit, but yeah, I'm just trying to keep up with the chat. You know how that goes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know. Yeah, this is what I'm. This is the image I'm trying to be.
Well,
yeah, but
you're going to have to
looking more like that.
Well, I don't even know if it's going to be that good because both of those guys have pecs and biceps.
Yeah, well, yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. A little tired. Judy had another long night, but like I said on Art's show today, you know, I left Art kind of hanging last week, and Mike Roach wasn't able to come over to help out. And so I told Judy, I said, sleep or not, I'm doing Art's show today. And I thought, well, I did Art's show, I'll do your show. But yeah, I did get a bit of a nap before. Actually, good thing I woke up because I probably would have slept right through the friggin' show. You know, oh, crap.
Well, I've been working on the workbench most of the day.
You've been doing what?
Working at the workbench most of the day.
On that truck?
No, not on the truck.
No?
On the PBY Catalina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this evening I figured I'd try another motor install and see if we can keep all the magic smoke in it this time instead of letting it out like last time.
Yeah.
I've had a new motor for a while, and another motor is supposed to be on order because he said that since they wouldn't warranty at Horizon itself, that he'd do a store warranty on it for me. So he ordered another motor from Horizon. 2 months ago, it showed out for delivery to the store, you know, FedEx or whatever, and it didn't come. So he rechecked the email the next day, and it was showing in St. Louis. So he thought, well, something got messed up. It'll be here in a day or two. So he told me, yeah, it was out for delivery yesterday, didn't make it. Now it shows it's in St. Louis, so I don't know, but it'll probably be here any day. I was like, okay. Well, that's 2 months ago. The next tracking on it showed it in California at the warehouse. where it come from.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody screwed up.
Well, here's the thing. It still hasn't come. 2 months now have gone by, and it's still not here. I can go on Amazon, buy the same damn motor, and have it here in 3 days. But it's sold and shipped by Horizon. It's not in an Amazon fulfillment center. If I order it on Amazon and get guaranteed 3-day delivery, it comes from Horizon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I can do it through Amazon and get one, why can't the Horizon Hobby store do it through Horizon and get one? I don't get it. It's kind of frustrating. But anyway.
Yeah. What was it? Something else I was going on about. I remember that happened.
Yeah.
And it said it was, on its way, and then it wasn't. And I finally just canceled the order because they said it was delivered, and then they said, no, it's not delivered. And then, kind of went through that with Lowe's over that friggin' truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dolly. I just ended up going on, got my money back, and after they finally said, after hunting for 3 days and me standing in line for an hour twice, and they finally said, well, we're going to discontinue that item. I said, that's all right. I get a better version from Harbor Freight, and I went over and bought it at Harbor Freight for the same price.
Yeah. Well, let's say hello to everybody in chat since I haven't done that yet. I've been looking at other stuff here. First one in was you and my brother, and then Hot Rod and Daytona, Ray Kelly, Angela, Lost Girl Hikes, Chris Wedgeworth, Doc Murdoch. Hello, Chris. Welcome. And more from Angela, Hot Rod, Daytona, Dre, Recovery One. Man, I saw you post that video on the drone, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I just haven't taken time to sit down and watch it. I've been doing so many other things today and yesterday. But I did see that you posted it. Might have you come in here in a few minutes and talk about it if you're up for it, Chris, because I'm interested in that aircraft. And Jody, Drone Shots, you finally made it in the correct live stream and chat and all that? Where were you lost, man? Jerry, welcome. Jerry Calverley, the high school professor. And that looks about like Drone Life RC, welcome. Looks like about pretty much everybody. Jaybird?
Yeah, Mike B and Jaybird.
Yeah. Did I not say Mike B? Did I leave him out? Left him out in the cold, huh?
Yeah, I think you might have.
Yeah.
Everyone says, I'm not a priority on your list.
That's right, Dre. You're not a priority. You need to suck it up, Buttercup. Get that sad face out of there. Oh. It came up and you clicked it, huh, Jody? Well, I don't know what you clicked on, but you were lost as last year Easter eggs, buddy. Yeah. So, I've got this new motor. Made in flight tomorrow. Oh, it's another drone. Okay. Everybody leaves you out, Mike. That's all right. As long as they don't leave you out at supper time, it's okay. So I've had that new motor for a while, but the nacelle coverings that go over the motors and back to the wing and stuff to kind of hide the structure and the wiring and all that. When I put that together, when I first put that plane together, those things were kind of brittle and they cracked and broke. So I had Scotch tape on them, and stuff, clear tape holding them together. Well, I made some new ones that I think turned out pretty nice, and I'll get to see those. Yeah, it is a good crowd. What do we got? 23? We need about 100 more. But, by the way, I'm going to start pushing the membership thing. I need to start seeing that grow a little bit. I'm going to shoot for two more memberships tonight. So who's going to be the first two to step up? Join the membership. the 400 AGL Club. So I made some of those, believe it or not, out of Dr. Pepper bottles or root beer bottles or something. I think they were root beer bottles on those. But, you know, with the Lexan bodies on the RC cars and things, we always used to paint them on the inside. That way the paint wouldn't get scratched up, and the outside gave you a shiny surface no matter what kind of paint you use. So it works out pretty good. So I painted these black. You know, I was trying to wrap balsa wood, and I got the round shape. I got it shaped and everything, no problem. Soaking it in water and curling it, you know, and then letting it dry and stuff. But I had another idea of using the pop bottle, the plastic bottle, because that's what a lot of people use to, hello Lon, to make canopies and stuff for their airplanes. They'll make a wood mold, and then they'll put a 2-liter bottle over the mold, and then use a heat gun and shrink it and shape it to the mold. So I thought, well, heck, I'll just do the same thing. So I grabbed the covers, and one that was still mostly in one piece, and I cut it in half so I'd have a top and a bottom, and because it curves up over the leading edge of the wing, and then it curves over the back of the wing as the wing starts to taper off on top. So that was what I was having trouble with, and I put one of these over the bottom of over the side of the bottle, and the curvature of the bottle up toward the nozzle, toward the top, was almost the exact same curve as the nacelle. So I used a pair of scissors, and I cut the bottom off the bottle and left the smooth side where the label is, left it all there, put the nacelle on, traced it with a marker, cut it out with a pair of scissors, and damn, it turned out pretty dang good. And it's got just about the right curve and everything, so I'm pretty happy with it. But flew 6 batteries in the Air 2S today. All you guys in your Air 2S, what a waste of money. What a waste of money. I don't know. Actually, if I was looking to buy a drone and I wanted a really good camera drone, that's probably what I'd buy. That, or I'd buy the Autel Evo. The 6K Autel.
Yeah. I'd have to look at the price point difference. You know, I don't remember what it is.
Well, the Air 2S is about $13 or $13.99.
Yeah. And
well, hello, Angela. Angela has joined the membership. Thank you, ma'am. So I think it's $12.99 or $13.99. I remember $1,300 as a number. So for the Plymore.
I think it's $12.99.
But the 6K Autel Evo 2 is in the 2,500 range. So so it, you know, $700 to $1,000 difference, but you're getting a bigger bird.
I think
you're
probably
getting,
for what I would do. For me, I would probably go with the Air 2S. I mean, if I were going to replace one.
Yeah. High wind gimbal overload errors. Well, that's interesting. They do have limits, you know. They're not supposed to. Autel 6K Go bundle on sale for $1,600. Really?
Wow.
Well, I appreciate that, Angela. It doesn't matter which one you do. Every little bit counts. It all adds up. You get 100 pennies, you got $1. It's all good. Thank you very much for joining the membership. See, now your name is green instead of blue, see?
Yeah,
Chris,
she said she liked being green.
Chris, what'd you pay for your Autel? I thought you paid like $2,100 or $2,500 or something. you just bought it just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that was a nice looking, definitely a nice looking drum.
Yeah, yeah. And it's Tennessee Volunteer orange too. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah. See, I'm wearing my official Autel shirt.
Yeah. Is that what that is? I thought you were a Vols fan all of a
No.
sudden.
No. No, it's a cheap shirt. I think I bought it at a yard sale. Paid a quarter for it. No, maybe not. No, this one I may have actually bought at Walmart. Judy might have bought it for me.
Oh,
Close
okay.
out. Yeah, I'm cheap.
Yeah, yeah. So you had anything? Yeah, Doc paid $2,400 with 3 batteries and multi-charger and
3 batteries,
props.
charger,
Oh, and a
prop,
GPC case though.
GPC
Okay.
case.
Well,
Yeah.
GPC cases are overrated. They're overpriced as far as I'm concerned. There's a lot of cases that are comparable to theirs that don't have that price tag for that name. Like the difference between Volkswagen and Jaguar. When you buy a Jaguar, you're paying for the name, that's for sure. Don't get me wrong, GPC is a great case, but there are other ones out there that do the same thing. I have a hard
Yeah,
time.
this case that I've got over here, but
That case from Case Club that you won.
Case Club, yeah. It's been a darn good case.
Yeah, all of my drone cases are from Case Club or similar. But Mama wanted her Porsche case to go with the Porsche drone, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
Dre says he loves his Jags. So, anyway, what I'm going to do for a few minutes is switch to the remote camera and see if I can put a motor in an airplane and power it up and not let any of the magic smoke out like last time I did that on this show. What do you think?
So you got the replacement motor, right?
Yep.
Or did they get it in, or is this one you ordered?
No, this is I bought when that first motor messed up. I thought the motor went bad, so I
Right.
bought another motor. That's
Right.
the motor that I swapped on the live stream, and it smoked it. Remember?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So he ordered me a motor and swapped me one. So that's the new motor
Right.
that I have.
Ah,
But this other motor is the original motor that came out of the airplane in the first place, and he sent it to Horizon to see if they would warranty it. And they turned it down. They wouldn't do anything about it. So, hello, Johnny. So, I ended up with 2 motors, and the third one that would have been the one that Horizon would have replaced. It would still be
Right.
the one that gets replaced by him at the store if he ever gets one in.
if it ever gets in. Yeah.
Yeah, so what I have right now is 2 good motors and 1 bad one still. So
Okay.
and
Maybe
the
says
reason
let her
he,
get outside before you burn the house down.
yeah, the reason he is willing to do that is because the motors are made by a company that Horizon owns. The speed controls are made by a company that Horizon owns. So it was Horizon motors
Right.
and speed controls, and the speed control failed, and that's what burnt up the motor in the first place.
Oh, okay.
So he ordered a
But it
speed
ended up
control.
it was a speed controller.
Yeah, so he ordered a speed control, and when it come in, we took the new one out of the package. I gave him my old one. He put it back in the package. I brought the new one home and put it in the airplane, and he sent the other one back. You know,
Right.
so that's what it was, Chris. Is it Doc Murdoch? It was the ESC failed, and that's what caused the motor to go bad.
Which I think isn't that what he called it originally on the show that night? I think I
Who?
think he was watching that night. Said it was Doc. I think he said
Oh.
it was ESC.
Oh, I don't remember. I couldn't see chat when that was all going on, remember? And I won't be able to see chat when I go back there this time.
Yeah.
Unless I take my phone with me or something and watch it that way. But since we're at about the halfway point of the show, I'm going to go ahead and throw this up. And if anybody, and I know there's a couple emails there, but I didn't get to them this week, guys. I'm sorry. Send some more, and we'll have a whole bunch to do next week. So if you want to email a link to one of your videos or something, 400agluploads@gmail.com is the place to do it. And then, of course, DJI, when you get ready to send me a drone for testing, you need to send it right here to P.O. Box 12, Holiday, Tennessee, 38341. And, of course, if anybody wants to get their, whoops, wrong one. Let me go back here. Man, I'm just pushing all kinds of wrong buttons. If anybody wants to get, pushing them buttons made me lose my train of thought, Lloyd.
You were talking about somebody sending you something.
A discount on Remote Pilot 101.
101.
There's all kinds of things on my website. You can get a hat. You can get I don't know what's on there right now. I got to talk to my webmaster and see what the hell he's doing with it. But I know hats are there, and there's a link right on the main page, on the navigation page. There's a link for Remote Pilot 101 that gets you a discount down to $99, which is a huge discount, because when they asked how I wanted to do the affiliate, I said, no, I don't want an affiliate. I don't want to make money on it. Pass my money on to the discount. So it would have been, I don't know, $5 or $6 every time somebody joined, that I would make money, every time somebody joined it. But I told them pass that on. So $99 lifetime subscription, Remote Pilot 101. Now I think I can switch to the shop camera, the bench camera, and I see I got it tuned in right there on the engine nacelle and stuff. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to switch that, and I'm going to push that button so that you can still talk and everybody can hear you.
Okay. All right.
And I don't know if I'll have audio back there. I'm hearing an echo. So I think it's picking me up clear up here.
Yeah.
Flying in sport mode, 20 mile an hour winds without an issue. All started his channel bashing the Mavic Air after he crashed it being stupid. Who are you talking about, Lon? What are you talking about? Don't fight flying in those conditions. Hate being presented a DJI gimbal problem. Oh.
Well, they were talking about 51 drones and Ken Heron, so I don't know which one he's talking about.
Okay.
I know Lon's younger than me, but he sure is a lot grumpier than I am.
Yeah. Kind of bad. Well, Ray, it needs to be down there in Florida where you can be enjoying the coffee now.
51 drones. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go back there and let's see if we can put a motor in and
All right.
see what happens.
And while you're doing that, I'll tell a joke, which he won't be able to hear, but what did one ocean say to the other? Nothing. It just waved. Anyways, let's see. Could you? Oh, Doc Murdoch became a low altitude.
Let's see what we got going on here.
Mel, you got your two.
Can't do a Chrome update.
Members.
That's fine. I don't care about that right now. All right.
Well, he should care about that. Obviously, he's not
Let
listening
me
to me.
unmute
So,
the speakers if I can.
Tammy, throw something at
Be able to
Mel so
hear.
he pays attention.
All right, can you hear me, Lloyd?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay.
I just said you had a. I said you had a second member, and you said I really don't care about that.
You said I had a what?
You had your second member, and then your
Oh.
answer was I really don't care about that.
Oh no, I couldn't hear you yet. My sound was muted.
Yeah, I know.
So we had
Bad
a
timing.
second member join.
Doc Murdoch. He's a member of the Low Altitude Flyer.
Well, that was too easy. Now we got to go for 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me move the
The
mouse
dog's
out
mine.
of the way.
Mel's it. Yeah. They heard my
So-
dogs bark.
Here's here's the airplane. All 3 wires.
Yep.
Motor mount.
Yep.
And the brand new, and I mean brand spanking new motor, fresh out of the box. So we're going to go ahead and let's see. I need to get whoop, kicking things over back here.
Isn't this fun, boys and girls?
Are we having a good time yet?
Oh yeah, we're having a ball.
All right, that's all that
So-
matters.
Do you want to hear a construction joke, Mel?
Hear a what?
A construction joke.
Sure.
You want to hear a construction? Sorry, I'm still working on it.
Wah, wah, wah.
What can I say?
That was actually
And we
not
got number
bad.
3. Recovery 1 drones.
Dre, thank you very much, man. If I was sitting at my desk, I'd fire the cannons for you guys. That's way cool.
Well, here I can do that. Let's see where is that? I know I've got that. Oh, there it is. That's for Doc. And that's for Recovery 1. There we go. Fired off the cannons and then.
You know the trouble with these little bitty screws? They got to go in little bitty holes.
No. I'm not going to go there.
Helps if you put
Here's
it
a
in the
thought.
right way, too.
Well, I was just thinking maybe rather than mounting it first, you might plug it in and see if it's going to fire up and smoke.
Well, this is a outrunner, so it's hard to hang on to because the outside part of the motor is what rotates
Ah, okay. All right.
when you put the power to it. So it's
All right.
a little easier to actually just mount it normally. You can tell I didn't rehearse none of this, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That is big. Everyone says that is a big, big plane. Yeah.
Actually, this one's not bad. It's only a 4.5 foot wingspan or so. My big one is hanging up what I got for a big one is hanging up on the wall right behind this one.
Z-plane, boss. What Long Dinner says.
All right.
Mel?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. Go. You go ahead. This is more important.
Okay. Now, the starboard motor is plugged in with the wires matching for the rotation direction. Right. So this one I need to swap to. So I'm going to plug them in separate. I mean, to different I'm going to swap two wires, in other words.
Right. Yeah, you're going to reverse the red and the black.
Well, that's assuming that I can even get them plugged in. Man, these new plugs are brutal. Now I'm going to put the yellow to the red and the red to the yellow.
Okay, wait a minute. Did you just plug the black to the black?
Yeah.
I thought you were reversing them.
I am.
Oh, you're plugging the yellow to the, okay, I see.
Yeah, as long as you switch two, the motor will spin the other way.
It doesn't matter.
Right. Okay. Now this one, because I can't get that plugged in all the way, I'm going to plug it in around this way. And I'll plug those in better later. But for right now...
Yeah, Doc says, I want explosions. Just cut the red wire. Boom.
No, you got to cut the blue wire.
Black is a comment. Yeah, I realized that after I said that. I looked at that. Wait a minute. When I said that, because I was watching him plug it in.
Well,
and
if you guys recall...
yeah, black is common ground.
As you guys recall, at this point last time, the magic smoke came out of the motor. So here we go. No magic smoke leaked out.
No smoke.
No smoke. Well, I'd say this was successful.
Yeah, finally.
No smoke. That's a good thing. That makes me really happy.
Good. That's yeah, finally.
And I've got an arm switch so that
says we don't.
I can set it so that
we don't have
even if I bump the throttle, the props can't turn. Unplug the battery, turn the transmitter off, put it aside. Now I want to show off these nacelles I made, and I think the easiest way is going to be to just move the whole camera. Check that out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now here's a piece of the old one. This is the bottom.
Right.
See, they're all broke and cracked, and
yeah.
This was the bottom part, and the other one, bottom was broke completely off. The whole thing was broke all the way across. So I cut them in half to use them for patterns to make the new ones. So I just took a piece of Dr. Pepper bottle and I laid this over the bottle like that, and I traced it out and trimmed it out, and I'll be darned if they don't just fit just like they're supposed to. I mean,
Doc wants to know Are you going to run? Are you running counter rotating props on that thing?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I have, I don't know if you can see the pitch. Maybe you can, Doc, but yes, they're
Yeah.
counter rotating props. Does that show?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that
does.
shows.
Actually.
So
Yeah.
this one will be the left one or the right one. Let me see. No, this one's going to go on this side. And this one will go on this side. So that's what it'll look like when it's complete. And I've got them set to, I think I got them set to rotate inward.
Yeah, that's what he says. Just remember to make sure they rotate in towards the canopy.
Uh, I don't think
Wouldn't
it
it be?
really matters, does it?
Everyone says, wouldn't it be funny if the plane made the Dr. Pepper song when it flies?
Okay. Gonna arm the motors. Yep. I got them rotating inward.
All right. That means you have them wired. Yep.
And when I put them together, I have to put Loctite on the motor mount threads, the motor mount screws. Move the camera back over there. I'm going to put Loctite on the motor mount screws and on the prop nuts because I don't have left-handed thread for the opposite spinning motor.
Right.
So I'm going to put Loctite on them so that they can't spin loose and lose a prop in flight.
Right.
But anyway,
Well, that makes sense.
okay, controller's off. I'm gonna switch this one off and run back out to the other one. So this is gonna die. I'll be right back.
All right. So while he's gone, does anybody know the difference between a hippo and a zippo? One is really heavy and the other's a little lighter. Oh, got that joke told just before you got on there, luckily.
What were you doing? What
I was
were
telling
you,
jokes.
what were you doing? Were you? Are you oh man!
You know the difference between a hippo and a zippo?
Oh
One is
God!
really heavy and the other's a little lighter.
Okay, that was a good
Yeah.
one. I'll give you
Yeah.
that.
Hello, Chris Hope. How you doing, nephew?
Hey, Chris.
Yeah. I actually found some decent. Yeah. Some of them are decent.
Yeah. Well, once I get all the thread lock put on there and put back together and build a fleet of Japanese ships, no, that's all right. I'll pass on that idea. But thank you. Nice thought. It's not prop nuts. I need the whole shaft and everything, the whole assembly, Chris. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I'll just put some thread lock on it and it'll be good. Good to go. What do you got going on, Lloyd? Anything else? Hello, Brent.
Not a thing. I tell you, I've been really watching videos on. Of course, I've been during the week. Or weekend, and this last week I've been messing around with OBS a lot, just for something different. And I've redone I redid my timer one more time, fixed the problem, and I think I still, I'm still thinking. I listened to that audio because last week that audio, was bad, and it's because my mic was turned up too high.
Uh-huh.
But I also think uh, that I may just have had a bad song file on that one. So I'm going to listen to it again before I do the show tomorrow, and I'll
Okay.
just redo that. But in my timer this time, in my timer this time, I added a little bit of, interspersed some of my own videos that I've shot with the drone. Just because I figured, well, people haven't a look at this stupid thing for 5 minutes. The least I can do is put some of my own videos and, stuff kind of related to the show.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, no, I haven't. I don't have anything exciting going on. Yeah, it was a brain fart. That was it. But did you calibrate the timer correctly like a car? On the timer. Yeah. Actually, that's one thing that I like about vMix is you can use it set up on the XL. What are they? The titler programs. The whatever they're called. Anyways, the titlers are like this here. They have a timer built in, and you can cut the code down to where it's just for 5 minutes or an hour and 5 minutes, and you set it based on the time of when your show's going to start. So if I start running live, people will see the timer running, but I've got it set for 5 minutes. So, and it matches on the opening screenshot that I have, or the opening video that I have, and I can add the chat to that now too. So,
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, just tweaking the vmix stuff, but playing with OBS Studio has really it's not Streamlabs OBS, it's the original OBS or OBS Studio now, and I've learned a lot in how to do some things. So
Yeah.
it's just that's what I've been doing. That and watching a lot of FPV videos, looking at stuff on the Tiny Hawk, and controllers, goggles, which goggles to get,
Right.
and that kind of stuff. So, because I think I'm going to turn to the dark side.
Well, I dug it out. I wanted to make sure. I've got a charger that plugs into a USB, I want to say USB-C. See if I can reach it. Yes, I can too. No, it just plugs direct into the USB dongle.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
And the batteries, the one cell batteries, plug into this large plug.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this will actually charge six.
Oh, cool.
6 1 cells at a time, or 2 cells probably. And it's got the I don't know if it'll pick it up on the camera, but in the middle is a row of switches, little white tabs. Those are for high and low rate charging, so you can charge at a faster rate or a lower rate.
Okay.
But I'm going to include that. In fact, just so I can't forget. And I'll probably get over to the post office tomorrow or the next day.
Okay. Yeah.
That's right inside the case.
All right. Okay. Cool.
So I'll get that stuck in a box here probably tomorrow or the next day and get it sent to you. Have you gathered up any other stuff yet?
Not yet. I've been pricing and trying to just I send messages to Mel with balloon.
What?
Yeah, we're close enough. Yeah, we don't have to waste our data or anything text messaging. We just float a balloon over.
Oh, yeah, just about. Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Just-
Doc Murdoch says OBS has a definite learning curve. It does. It takes it took me a little bit, but once I was able to figure out my hierarchy, and working with both Wirecast and vMix, OBS is really fairly simple. There was just one problem I was having, same problem I had, using this on StreamYards. Oh, okay.
What problem was you having on StreamYards?
Well, it's the same thing, getting that virtual audio to go through. They do not, StreamYards is not set up for a broadcast software to be used natively. In other words, you have to have the virtual cable, or you have to physically route, when you're using a soundboard like I am, you have to physically route everything back through it. And that's a pain. So, I had to, it works a little differently on OBS than it does on vMix or Wirecast. Actually, Wirecast, that's the one thing that it does do good, is it has its own virtual audio output, whereas vMix and it's only for, obviously my mic's going to work, but it's only for when you're wanting to play music, like the beginning of my show, because I play that music, and you got to have a virtual audio cable to route it. I don't know why. It should make a difference if it's all going through your desktop sound. It should go right on out.
Well, yeah, I think through the external settings it would somehow. I don't know. I don't think I've messed with that. I know you have messed with it a lot, though.
Yeah, I've messed with it a lot, and I ran into the same problem with OBS that I did with vMix, and yeah, there's some. I was reading what Doc. You can always hear Ken Heron when Wirecrash does its thing. Yeah, I mean my mic will always work because it's going straight into a USB port, and is the mic I select. But if I didn't want to play music, I'd either have to route it out of my headsets or out of my speaker, back into my mixing board, then back out.
Yep. Yep.
Which is a pain in the.
Yep.
Pain in the arse.
Well,
so
DJI did just release that other drone, that Air S.
Air 2S.
Yeah, they don't call it a Mavic anymore, but
Nope.
A couple months ago,
There'll be no more Phantoms, no more Mavics.
They released an Enterprise Advanced model with not a FLIR camera, but a thermal camera. It's their own proprietary stuff, and it works a little bit different than the standard FLIR system. And right now, we get to learn just a little bit about that as we welcome Dre from Recovery One Drones into the show.
Hey,
well,
Dre.
thank you, Mel and Lloyd. Everybody in the chat, appreciate you inviting me in.
So, first impression on now I don't care about the camera, the RGB camera and the drone, because it's the same as every other Mavic 2 series drone. But the the thermal camera and the process for operating it is what I'm interested in.
Okay, one of the things I point out, this is my first thermal type of drone I've ever flown. So I can't not compare it to the old Dual or any other manufacturer like Parrot or any Barnafi, whoever else that may have one out there. But what happens is that the cameras are recording simultaneously, one in thermal and one in RGB.
Okay.
So what you'll have is you'll have two files on your SD card. One will be colored RGB, and the other one will be in whatever thermal pattern that you set.
Right.
So that is what you'll have
whatever color
on your
palette you're
output.
using on the thermal. So
Right.
what does it take to be able to view or edit the thermal images?
Good question. The thermals, like I said, they're in whatever format. I think everything comes in not MOV, but the MP4, the regular MP4 format. So if you want to edit something, it's just that's the format it's going to be in. So it's
On
not
the
a big
thermal?
deal. On the thermal also.
Oh,
There is
wow.
some other sub files for you to use with the DJI, whatever their thermal program is, you can download from their site
Yep.
that allows you to do other things with it. I have not got that far with it yet because right now I gotta jump waist high into the thermal world to see what all this information does and what it can do.
Well, I can solve a lot of that stuff for you real easy.
I'm all ears.
Send it to me, and I'll make a bunch of instructional videos for you and show you how to read the pixel level temperatures and everything.
Yeah, and that's one thing I like about this, that it does allow you to, if you tap on the screen where you're looking at, it will tell you the temperature of whatever you point on the screen
Yep.
and
And
stuff. So
it is
squirrel.
boy, I'll say, Lloyd, did you let your squirrel loose? Dadgummit.
There he is, right there.
Yeah. So, radiometric. That's the word I was looking for.
Yes, that's where I got to
Which
dive in
means
deeply.
it'll give you you'll have the ability to read temperature at pixel level.
Right.
So when you blow an image up, you'll be able to see what the temperature is of the handle where it connects to the coffee cup, not just the coffee cup.
Right. Right.
Or whatever it is that you might be looking at. Yeah, I mean, it'd be real easy. You just send it or buy another one and have it delivered to me. And,
yeah, I told Al Diaz I am tied to the hip with this one for the next 3 years, so I'll definitely have to make some money on it.
I'll be glad to do some instructional videos and stuff for you, and I'll make your life easy. I promise.
I bet you will. Probably easier on my wallet.
And
making it lighter.
and
Yeah.
that'd
No need carrying all that heavy cash.
yeah, you
Right.
don't need to. Yeah, I was gonna say it. Just yeah.
I know my wallet gets to hurt my hip, so I go spin something because it lightens the wallet, so I don't walk so.
Well,
Yeah, I
but
said
Lloyd,
you-
not
Sideways
many
that
of us have the problem you have. You mean your wallet makes you walk lopsided, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said,
It's not for.
there's a lot of pluses. I can tell everybody, even the video I did, this is a work drone. This is not something
That's-
that you want to
that's-
take out and shoot cinematic video. I mean, it does have the same flight characteristics as the Maverick 2 Pro and the Maverick Original Pro. Easy to fly if you've flown those before. The controls are just as responsive, but the camera itself, I say the camera's probably back to the same level as the what you call it, the squirrel, we call it Spark.
Yeah.
1080p, it does shoot 4K, but when you go on 4K mode, you lose the zoom capabilities. So
Right.
like I say, you're usually going to shoot at 1080p, and that allows you to go to the zoom, and like anything else to go zoom, it can go 32 times digital, but you want to stay, I always tell folks, stay within the optical range, which is 16 times.
Yep.
And that way you're going to get the real nice, clear pictures. You're not going to get the artifacts or the blur that you when you get into that digital level.
Yep.
So I
Yep.
mentioned that in my video. The only part I didn't do, 'cause I actually had a lot more to say in my video, but I didn't get a chance to talk about the smart controller. I think that is the biggest plus DJI has made over the last 2 to 3 years is that smart controller update that allows you to use that smart controller to control at least half a dozen drones now. Everything from the Mavic 4 Pro version 2 all the way up to this Maverick Enterprise Advance.
Wait a minute. Mavic 4 Pro version 2? What are you talking about?
The V2,
Mavic 4?
the Maverick 4 Pro
There is
version
no
2.
such thing as a Mavic 4 Pro.
Well, the V2 could correct me for my
There isn't even a
misstatement, sir.
V2. They have never released a V1 of a Mavic 4.
I'm sorry, Phantom. I'm
I think he
sorry.
means
Thank you for
Phantom.
saying it 3 times. See, you say it 3 times, it'll ring. It'll ring in my head. Say it 3 times, okay? It'll get through. I might be a little slow, but I'll give you a nasty infection. You keep messing with me.
I couldn't help that, Dre. I figured you were
Yeah.
talking
Squirrel is
about
getting
the Phantom
overworked
4.
tonight, guys.
Right, yeah.
But
Yeah, it goes back to the Phantom Series 4 Pro version 2. It will now the smart controller can be used with that through the Maverick series, starting with the Maverick 2 Pro, the Air 2, the Air 2 and the Air 2S, and this Maverick Enterprise Advance. So
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest. To me, that's the biggest news of the week out of DJI is making that smart controller more useful. 'Cause I know a lot of folks are ready to put it on the shelf
well,
because of the limited use of it.
Well,
yeah, Lloyd.
Go ahead, Lloyd.
I have a very important question when it comes to this thermal stuff. So, have you gone by any of the swimming pools where the gals are laying out to see where you see how the temperature reads?
Now I'm part 107, Lloyd. I can't do stuff like that.
Oh,
Officially.
Well, see, well,
So
see
you-
when I worked on the they were called the Mavericks.
mhm,
Imaging infrared missiles, the AGM 65Ds.
yeah,
That's how we tested the. Of course, this is 1978. That's where the first all this imaging infrared stuff came from. Was stuff that I helped work on and test. And
right.
we, of course, I did it to my shop commander, and she didn't see the humor in it. Yeah, got in a little trouble for that.
Right.
Because it shows where the hot spots are,
Right.
Oh, you don't say. Come on now.
So,
Right.
but,
Well, getting
I
back
wouldn't
to
be doing that with that being part 107. I just
yeah,
can't
we're
have
getting back to what Mel's curiosity is. The shortcomings of this package is not in the drone; it's in the smart controller still, because the smart controller still has that limited range issue that's been plaguing it since day one, and that's the only thing that's kind of sad.
What do you mean limited range?
I've watched several
You mean
videos
5
over the
miles
years.
ain't enough?
If you can get, I put it like this here: if you can get a good mile out of it, you must be out in a very pretty much flat territory with no Wi-Fi to compete with it. I was
it's got
out.
nothing. The smart controller's got nothing to do with Wi-Fi. It's OcuSync 2.
Well, OcuSync, Wi-Fi, whatever term you want to call it, search and destroy, whatever. But that is still an issue. And my thing is, if I'm starting to get a little bit of a video glitch at about 1,500 feet, 2,000 feet, that could be more concerning if I want to go out further, where this drops off completely. So, I mean, me doing construction, unless I start doing this line work that this guy keeps trying to sell me on, that I'd be a little concerned, because you don't get the option of having the original controller and a smart controller bonus. You got just that smart controller now, so you got to live with it. So that's the only thing that kind of I'll say not a letdown, because I mean, being able to get up in the air in under 2 minutes, you can't beat that with a stick, as my dad used to say.
Yeah.
That's a big plus.
That is a huge plus.
Yeah. So you can be up in the air and ready to go. And now with this,
Is
go
the
ahead, Lloyd.
OcuSync is the OcuSync 2, OcuSync 3 that software or is that strictly hardware?
Well, apparently it's
In
got
other
to be
words, did they up
software because if this thing can, unless they said that the Air S2 is backwards compatible to OcuSync 2, because it's supposed to be OcuSync 3.
Yeah.
That means software.
So like I say, it has to be software. One either it's in that drone or it's in the smart controller to either kick up to OcuSync 3 to match with the Air S2 or something, because one of them's got to be able to bind together, and this controller can control all of them.
Right.
Yeah. So it's either the Air 2S will work with OcuSync 2 or 3, so that it can work with the smart controller, or the update that they did to the Fly app to be able to control the Air 2S also updated the OcuSync in the smart controller.
Right.
To where it can do.
O3 just added 2 more antennas to the drone. Okay. Hey, I need to step out for a second, go check on Judy real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, there's more antennas on the Air 2 also.
Right.
So that probably has something to do with it. So what do you think of the imagery so far out of it? Have you had much time to look at it?
The imagery is outstanding. Even in thermal, I had mine with the I guess they call it the black white color palette.
So did you?
It's like watching black and white TV in digital.
Okay. I'm trying to find your video right now. I was going to actually just bring it up here.
So that's the part I was really impressed with. That the quality through the thermal is very clear. It's not muddy, and even at 400 feet, it is still clear. Like, I know that's one of the things that played the dual was that the higher you almost had to fly at 200 feet or lower to get a decent picture out of the old dual. But with this one here, it's a good clear picture even at 400 feet.
Yeah, well, see the old dual, the resolution on that FLIR camera was so bad that they had to overlay the RGB image over the top of it in order to even be able to see what you were looking at.
Right.
With the thermal.
Right.
But I've had some experience with like really good thermal, like XT under M210, okay?
Right.
And this camera is, even though it's not FLIR, air quote,
right,
it still is a FLIR camera. It's a forward-looking infrared camera is what it is. But
what I've seen
it's got the same resolution as the original XT, which is 640. So,
right, and I see what I've seen from videos of the XT and seeing this right here in action, they're about on par.
Oh, sure. I did a comparison video when this drone came out.
Right.
Comparing DJI's thermal with the new drone to my existing footage with the XT.
Right.
Stuff. So yeah, and I'm not finding that video. I never can find something really quick when I want it, but that's all right.
So that was, like I say, I haven't.
Overall, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways.
I have to say thumbs up because, like I say, for me, Mel, as you know, I'm trying to expand my business into, like I say, going to the thermal side. No matter what you may feel about some things as far as new green technology, solar's here to stay. It's not going anywhere.
Well, solar's not going anywhere.
Right.
And solar has its place, but solar is not going to power our country.
Right. It's not. But like I say, as now we're going to probably our second decade of solar, it's now expanding to where it's almost being mandated by regulatory measures. I know here in California, I've heard in Texas where if you're building so many XYZ houses, you got to have thermal panels. I mean, thermal solar panels on the roof. If you're going over like 100 homes, something like that. So guess what? After about the first 5-10 years on those roofs, someone needs to take a look at them.
Yep.
And what's the best way to do it with? Is with a drone. So
Well,
why limit yourself out of opportunity?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's where we're at. Like right now, you got these solar farms that even municipal governments, counties, and so forth are having these large solar farms put out there on government land to help supplement the power of a city or even county areas. So once again, somebody's got to go out there and do inspection on these things.
Yep.
And you might well be available to take on that kind of work.
Yep. That's exactly true.
I think Texas might be rethinking that thing about for every 100 homes have a solar system set up, because after this winter, between their windmills freezing up and all the solar panels covered with snow, and some of those cities went without power for several days, I think they're rethinking some of that green technology.
Well, Lloyd, I mean, it's like,
but
I just want to look at it.
But for those that they're out there,
that,
you need to do that kind of work.
Well, I'm thinking about Texas experienced just like we call the 100-year flood thing theory. When we talk about building up everything else, you look at that 100-year flood technology, or I should say philosophy. Same thing in Texas. How many years it will be before Texas gets a snowstorm like that again? I mean, I got family down in San Antonio, Houston area, and them getting that snow this winter is just like Santa Claus actually showed up in person.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, So what I mean, if I set up shop, because I do plan on retiring in the Texas area. Galveston is my first choice. San Antonio will be my second. So down that southern belt of Texas, you're looking at an average of about 300 days of sunshine.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
So as I say, you got to go where the market tells you. Like I say, in the worst case, now you might think, the snow came in this year, but guess what? When all that snow melted, everybody want to check their solar panels, see what condition they're in.
Exactly. Yeah.
So one way or the other, there's going to be work made available.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I think they may be changing some of their mandates. Eventually, it's still going to go back, even if they put a moratorium on it temporarily. They'll still have to, and the ones that are existing are still, 10 years, that were just put up in the last 5 years. They're going to have to be checked every 5 years, every 10 years. So there is but in Oklahoma, we don't use solar power because we do have an abundance of ice storms here, and it's not it's not like a one-off like they do down in Texas, being a little further north. We still have the hot weather that they get, but
I can say certain parts of the country. I say, California, Arizona, New Mexico, the south parts of Texas, excellent locations for solar. Just like you got places in this country that constantly get a lot of wind, and that's where the wind turbines come in. Is that you're in that corridor where the wind goes, and
the flatlands.
Right. So it's not everywhere you're going to go, but
Western
if you're
Oklahoma,
in those locations,
Well, Nebraska, Kansas, Texas, it's where the prevailing winds flow.
Right.
Like where I live in Tennessee, I could put up a small wind turbine, but I'd have to put it 200 feet in the air, and it would have to be able to oscillate because I get a little bit of wind from every direction depending on what time of day it is, or which way the sun's shining, for crying out loud. It wouldn't do me any good, in other words. But we've gone over. We're at an hour and a quarter. So, Dre, thanks for coming in and telling us what you think about that stuff right now. I know that.
And like I say,
I don't know how many guys are interested in it, but I'm certainly interested in it.
Yeah, take a look at the video. The one big bonus I bought with this kit, not directly from the company, but I also picked up that Firehouse Technology ground station unit. and it gives you a nice big picture of what's going on. So take a look at the
Cool.
video, take
Yeah.
what you like from it, get some comments, get back with me, and we'll talk about it. Like I said, with our
Awesome.
date of the 21st, and see who's crashing the people.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
But I appreciate you letting me on.
All right, Dre. Thanks for coming in real quick. I appreciate it.
All right, no problem.
We'll see you later.
Good seeing you.
Lloyd,
Yeah.
on May 8th at 2 p.m. in Elk Grove, California, is going to be a celebration of life hosted by
Okay.
Rick's sister at Rick's
Okay.
residence in Elk Grove. Anyone is welcome to come. Anyone that can make it to the Sacramento area, because that's where it's at, Sacramento area.
Right. Yeah.
Anybody that
Yeah.
knew Rick is welcome. I've got carte blanche in a text message that's takes up the whole screen on my phone to tell anyone that they're welcome to come that would like to or that might be in the area at the time.
Yeah.
Steve
And
Carpenter's the closest one I know,
anybody
and
in the-
he's still 5 or 6 hours away.
I think anybody who's in the drivable area should be able to, if they could get down there, that would be great, because,
That would be,
you know, Rick was a big part of this community.
yeah.
You know, he was a big supporter of this channel.
And I'm still working on some other things. I think that the funeral will be done by then. And they're doing this afterwards. As far as I know, the services for the church and everything should be wrapped up and finalized fairly soon. I don't know. I don't know if it's been handled yet or not. I'm still waiting on my next update. But
he's been cremated, and
right. And he's at home now.
All of that. Yeah. Yeah, I think because his wife had lost her mother just not too long before this, she wasn't ready to deal with it yet. So
yeah.
That was the last I'd heard. So
yeah, they were putting things off, and there was some other stuff.
Yeah.
I'll do that, Doc. I'll put that stuff in here. But I'm going to close the show with this tribute to Rick Halbur. There's no way anybody can say enough nice things about this particular person. Touched us all in many ways, supported us all in many ways.
Yep.
Helped us all in many ways. If you needed someone to talk to, he was willing to lend you a shoulder and an ear, and just all around 100% guy. So that's happening on the 8th of May at 2 p.m. at his home in Elk Grove, California. Final thoughts, Lloyd?
Well, I was just thinking the other day, because I was kind of looking at my numbers, and Rick sent me that drone to give away, which I think Chris Hope got, if I remember right. And it was for when I hit 1,000. Didn't happen. So we thought, well, we'll go to 800. That didn't happen. I was so glad that I gave it away at Christmas time, so that he was able to at least, see me give it away, and I never flew it. I never touched it. I never even opened the boxes. I left it because that's the way he sent it to me. And I didn't play with it. Didn't even see if, I don't even know if it had batteries in it, but, I was so glad that he did that for me. And I was so glad that I was able to give it away while he was still around to see it, So,
Right.
Right. That's the kind of guy he was. And I think we should all really work harder at being more like Rick. He was liked by everybody. I've been listening across all of this, and you know, all the different channels, and they're all saying the same thing. People I wouldn't even thought would have anything to say about Rick, like they even knew who he was, and it was like, wow, he touched a lot of people.
Yes, yes, he really did. And everyone that knew him liked him.
Yeah,
Everyone. I mean, I don't know anyone
yeah,
that ever spoke ill of Rick,
and
you know?
there again, I don't know that he ever spoke ill of anyone else
I
either. You know,
I can't think of anyone that uh, that happened with. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
I mean, can you?
That, no, I can't. You know, even if you were having a disagreement with somebody, you could call him up and he'd listen to you, and then he'd give you a thought. Say, you know,
Yep.
you thought about it from this point of view, or if you thought, it's like he, you know, he taught me a lot. He really did. Just
Yep.
in what friendship means, you know, and support of
Yep.
this community. And I will say this: it's probably my final thought on this is that man is probably more responsible for bringing this whole drone community, not the FPV, not the photography guys, not the DJI fanboys, not the Autel fanboys, the Xeno fanboys. Everybody has been brought together over the loss of Rick, you
Yeah.
know. And I've seen more of that. I'm seeing more of the FPV guys becoming, you know, the FPV guys were on their own, uh, on their level, and the camera drones, you know, some of us were a bit snobbish maybe about it, and then now it's like we're just drone people, and
Yep.
I think most of that is because of Rick Halbur and his loss. I think
And
everybody stopped and
yep.
took
Yep.
uh, you know,
Yep.
they took account of what was going on and thought Rick never made a difference between FPV or drone or you know, photo people. He just supported everybody, and I
Yep.
think everybody's has learned from that. I hope we continue that way in another year. I hope a year from now, a year after he passes, that we'll all stop and take stock and say, what are we doing? You know, have are we still a group? Or have we all gone off on our own little tangents again?
Right. Right.
I'm a
Right.
DJI fanboy or I'm a FPV rebel. No, we are drone flyers, and Rick is solely responsible, I think, for crossing that bridge for all of us. His
Yep.
loss, especially.
Yep.
That was his final act.
Yep. Yep. Well said. Well put. And on that, no timer, no nothing. We're just gonna pull the plug. Have a good night, everybody. Lloyd, thank you. Dre, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
You chose to be here out of anywhere that you could have been, and I really do appreciate it. Thanks to the new members. Looking to get some more? Encourage each other. Lloyd, what's that thing you say?
Remember, be nice. Treat each other better than you would treat yourselves. Remember, everybody matters. God bless. God help the USA.
Good night, everybody.